right, listen to this. They went to not they, I shouldn't say they. There's some guy published a thing on the internet. They asked a 5th grade class to submit questions about sex for health class. You want to, I remember.
What are 5th graders asking?
I thought in 5th grade I was a lot more hip to sex.
Really?
Here they are. You ready? In no particular order. What is a boner?
Really?
Yep.
Gotta know that in the 5th grade.
How old are you in 5th grade?
About 10.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. What is a boner? Because when I was in 5th grade, I didn't even know how to pleasure myself.
Yeah, what would a boner have been?
So this kid probably hears the word boner a lot and doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
Here's a weird one. What are boobies made of?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Can another boy and another boy produce a baby?
Uh-oh.
Oh. No.
What kind of class is that?
What if your penis gets cut? What will happen? What if your penis gets cut? I think he means cut off. Because there's a lot of news stories about guys getting their penises cut off, and that's got to freak out 5th graders.
Well, also, boys have this whole thing about that being outside of their body and possibly losing it.
Yeah. Can we see real-life penis injected into vagina?
What?
They're asking.
I guess they want to see it in their class.
They want a live sex show.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
They are boys.
How come I can pee for so long? How does the tube get from my heart to your penis? I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Do sacks get wrinkly? What do you masturbate with?
Is a 10-year-old perfectly smooth?
I don't know. What signs let someone know that they are gay? Uh-oh.
All these questions.
Yeah.
Asking a question about a guy and a guy.
How about this for a 5th grader? Do girls like dildos?
What?
5th grade.
They don't know what a boner is, but they're aware of a dildo.
They're
Depends on the kid. It depends on the kid.
Yeah.
How does a female go to the bathroom? Do your balls grow too? Does circumcision hurt?
Ooh.
How much will someone pay me for my sperm?
An entrepreneur
5th grade.
in the
Trying to make a little
5th grader.
Yeah.
What are girls made out of? That's a funny question.
Yeah.
What are girls made out of?
Poison.
You've obviously been married.
Hey.
No. You know what? I got to tell you something. I don't feel that way about my wife. I know a lot of guys with ex-wives, they feel bad. I don't.
Well, you make a lot of cracks, though. Are these supposed to be jokes?
The only thing I get bitter about is losing half my money.
Well, I don't know how you were supposed to... You know what? I'm reading an article in the paper today.
Yeah.
And it's about women who stay at home to raise their children.
Yeah.
Aren't they contributing?
Yeah, about 10%.
I don't really want to get into it.
10% worth.
You don't want to get it.
Yeah. How long does the penis grow to? How do you sperm? How do you sperm? What are women's boobs made from? A second time.
That seems to be high on the list.
I'm still asking that.
Where do we get condoms? And are you going to give us some?
For Artie, that answer is silicone.
How does semen die in a girl's vagina?
The girl kills it.
Can one testicle have more sperm than the other?
It gets stabbed.
Those are the questions. Those are 5th grade questions.
That's amazing.
Yeah, those are some of the things that kids...
I wonder who's going to... Do you have answers to those questions?
None of them.
Well, look,
what health teacher knows the answers to those?
If they want to get a chick, I'll bang them in front of the kids.
Yeah. Hey, Jennifer, you're on the air. Go ahead.
It's actually not Jennifer. It's Johnny.
Okay, Johnny, you're on the air.
I was wondering, what do you feel about this CBS News report about this kid who was given medical marijuana by his mom, and she won her court case and was able to give it to her. He had attention deficit disorder, but a really, really, really severe case, and like outburst disorder and all these. And he was like a frothing dog on all the pharmaceuticals they gave him. You'll have to excuse me. I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous. I didn't read that story, but I can't imagine.
It was on 48 hours on CannabisNews.com.
I can't imagine that a 10-year-old. You said a 10-year-old?
He was about 9 to 11 or 12, right around there.
Yeah, I can't imagine that a 9 to 11-year-old would get any gain out of smoking dope because...
No, it was not smoked. It was used in a butter and water concoction, and then put in capsules. He did not know he was getting it. And the kid. I suffer from it. Okay.
From ADD.
Yeah, and hyperactivity as well, And honestly, I don't have a recommendation or oral recommendation.
I don't know. You know what? I'm not a doctor, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm all for the legalization of every drug on the planet. But
with rules, though. How about mandatory minimum if you get caught behind the wheel or...
I don't know. This guy's all over the place. He does have ADD. I can't take it.
I think he's basically saying, just like with alcohol, you wouldn't be able to drive impaired, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Those are the only laws there should be.
I don't know. I just know that pot screws me up, and I'm 48. Friggin' pot makes me nuts.
But there is mounting evidence that pot for children, when they're growing and still developing, it can have some effect.
Yeah, I think it does.
Aren't good.
I don't think young kids should be smoking pot. Not 9 and 10. Robert, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. Check this out. Did you notice last night how Allie was trying to hug, Joe Rogan? And Joe, towards the end, if you got the copy of that, you got to watch it. Joe's like, at the end, Allie's like wanting to give Joe, a hug or some kind of affection to him. And he's like, wanting to put his hand out and like, just shake it. And if you watch it, you got to look at that. It is so weird.
What are you saying? He didn't hug her?
Well, I mean, has Joe got a girlfriend or something? Or is he gay?
Well, no, Joe's not gay. He's got a girlfriend. I would probably guess, I know he's in a serious relationship. He doesn't want to be on TV hugging Allie Landry. Crazy from that stuff. Steven was funny. Allie Landry looked good.
She looked great.
Joe was a real man and ate a cockroach last night.
That was something else.
And the woman who freaked out was the best thing I've ever seen on Fear Factor.
That's why they cheated and kept her on the show.
Right. Because they knew she was good. Thanks. And as far as Joe not hugging Allie Landry, which I didn't detect, but...
Well, there is some interesting body chemistry there. If you look at it, she's kind of moving into him, and then all of a sudden she realizes she's getting no response.
Yeah,
she stops.
In her world, Joe Rogan's a superstar because she's the Doritos girl.
Right. She's really playing up to him, and then all of a sudden it becomes very businesslike.
Do you think she goes home and thinks she's like a big star?
Well, she just was working with Deion Sanders.
Well, did you hear...
I mean, seriously, she's the Doritos. She went to an audition and got a Doritos commercial, and she's the Doritos girl.
Did you hear the beginning part where they're giving, like, their little biography?
Right,
she goes, everyone thinks of me as just the girl in the Doritos commercial who makes the guys look stupid, but in real life, I'm an athlete.
Oh, is that what she is?
That's what she said. So she's thinking that people really do think, wow, I'm this famous person that you have a misconception about.
How is she an athlete? What does she do?
That's what she said. She just said, but in real life, I'm an athlete, which didn't make any sense. Like, why would we not think you're an athlete from the Doritos commercial?
She's always worked out.
Big Black, you're on the air.
Exactly right.
Go ahead, Big Black.
Yo, what's up, my brother? I wanted to let you know that I got some tape of people talking about Rosie O'Donnell coming out, in real life.
Okay, let me hear that. I mean, who would be shocked by Rosie O'Donnell coming out? And ABC saying they have a coup on TV Thursday night because Diane Sawyer is going to interview her about it. She's not going to interview her about it. Let Rosie O'Donnell come in here. I want to know.
Rosie O'Donnell is going to talk about gays not being able to adopt.
Yeah, she's not going to talk about being gay. She's not going to. I want to talk about, like, the first time she banged a chick, what she uses. Is she into vibrators?
When did she know? And, what effect did it have?
Yeah, when she hurt her hand, how did she...
How long did she and Kelly have to give up sex?
Her hand is her penis. I like that they're making it like there's some big revelation here. I mean, the National Enquirer's been reporting this for 3 years.
Yeah.
I've read everything about that.
But who was the first one to officially say that she's gay, though?
Rosie.
She actually said it live?
Barbara Walters said it. She got Barbara Walters called her and got permission to say it.
Yeah.
But I think the tabloid said it first.
Yeah.
Did you hear I'm chubby? I'm coming out with that in a book.
Yeah, I mean, what is that?
Let's have a party.
Yeah. I'm coming out, and then,
Well, I got people, they're giving her support. Stars like Rob Lowe and Kim Cattrall and the guy Ewan.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a brave thing, because I'll tell you this, her audience, they're in full-blown denial. I've never seen a case of mass denial since the Holocaust.
Or Liberace.
Right. Liberace managed to pull it off where he'd actually sue people and win when they called him gay. Liberace won lawsuits. Liberace was a flaming homosexual male.
You couldn't get more gay. He makes Mark Harris look great.
It's impossible. It's impossible that they would lose a court case to Liberace because Liberace claimed he wasn't gay.
Wasn't he married for a while, Liberace?
And all of Liberace's fans were in mass denial.
Right.
You got to get Dominic to explain how that happened.
And Rosie O'Donnell's audience, these retarded Midwest women. This is who they say listens. These older, Midwest, chubby women think they're just like Rosie. Rosie's probably over at the Four Seasons Hotel with a room full of lesbos.
Rosie is like us.
Rosie's nothing like you. And nothing's wrong with it, but come out of the closet. So when she comes out of the closet, man, a lot of her audience is going to dry up.
Yeah, but that's why she's doing it now that she's quitting. This is not brave.
Right. Should have done it when she had the show. All right, so what's the tape? Let me hear it.
The best thing I ever did in my life. And I'm sure Rosie will agree.
Who's that?
Ian McKellen.
Oh, he's gay?
Yes.
I saw him sitting next to a hot young guy.
Does he have a hottie?
Yeah, I was sitting there watching the SAG Awards, and Ian McKellen was sitting next to this guy who was like as beautiful as a woman. And I said, gee, that must be his son.
When did he come out?
Oh, a long time ago.
I had no idea.
A lot of me, too. Magneto's gay?
Magneto is gay.
That's right.
He's a good actor, though, Ian McKellen. Boy.
That's why he's been able to overcome.
Yeah.
But, Howard. Yes,
you know, and why is she such a hero? She was hiding in the closet for a long time, carrying on about Tom Cruise. I don't know.
And claiming she didn't like to talk about her personal life, but talking about her children every day.
Yeah.
Like, they're not personal.
Big Black, do you want to confess something? Maybe you want to come out of the closet.
I want to confess that I'm about to get thrown out of my house.
Oh.
And rightly so. You haven't worked.
How'd that happen?
I salute you for coming out with that, Big Black.
Hey, one other thing.
Yeah.
She had Natalie Imbruglia on yesterday, and she was talking about how good she looks. I got some tape of that if you want to hear that.
Oh, now that's what I'd like to see.
That'd be cool.
Rosie coming on to women who come on.
See, that I respect.
That was funny,
Not
man.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, there's a show I would dig.
And she tried to hug her right after she did her performance, and Natalie was like holding her.
Let me hear that. See, that'd be a good show. Now that she's gay, she could start hitting on all the chicks. Dude, are you insane?
What, that's not coming on, John?
Oh, God.
Are you out of your mind? No wonder they're throwing you out of the
Probably
house.
talking about the song, Beautiful.
Yeah. No, she was looking at her. She was eyeing up and down.
All right, get out of here.
Hey, one other thing.
Homophobe.
I got Dana Tyler. What are you homophobe?
You.
Dana Tyler made a faux pas on the news last night talking about David Letterman.
What'd she say?
What?
He sucks?
Did he say cutie patootie?
David Letterman sucks. I mean, is good. I'll be reading from the paper later about Jason Williams of the Nets. The story goes now that since the Sports Illustrated article came out, they've hauled Jason Williams back in.
And charged him with some more things?
Yeah, because they had to drag him out of that mansion and charge him with more stuff. They didn't have enough. Now they got more. Ugh. And I'll read you the article. It's kind of weird, and it's just... what's weird is his lawyer had to come out and say, listen, Jason Williams does have the right to shoot people and still collect his money. So he has the right. Because he was afraid they were going to take away his money. He's still collecting $15 million.
Every year.
Every year while he's holed up in that house. But he can't have any fun anymore. What? Now he's even dragging the wife out with him everywhere.
Who knew he was married, man?
That was the biggest secret on the planet.
Yeah.
Do you think he got married right after he shot this guy to make it look good in court that he's married?
I got to give me a wife.
Yeah.
I was saying, I was watching I got the HBO special, Monica Lewinsky, Black and White, and I was watching it, and the weird thing is, she's got the biggest friggin' teeth, Monica Lewinsky, and the whole time I'm sitting there thinking she was filleting the president. She must have...
And chief in danger there.
She's not a bad-looking broad. I mean, she's a good-looking fat broad. And I think she'd slim up nice if somebody could convince her to lose some weight, but the teeth... She's got one snaggle tooth in the front that's really long. I imagine that got caught on the President Lewinsky teeth. Kathleen, you're on the air.
The guy who called earlier about the kid who gets marijuana, he gets it in capsules. It's not...
Jeez, are you
God, that guy's not giving
fixated?
up. Alan Thicke, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning.
It really is Alan Thicke.
You're keeping it surreal this morning.
Yeah. Alan Thicke was on Fear Factor last night, and it didn't make...
Early exit.
Early exit, my friend.
I was upset because it was funny.
You don't want to stick around and have to eat that stuff.
Yeah, that was hard. How old are you now? Do you talk about your age?
I'm, let me clear my throat. It's tough to say this, but I'm 55 now.
Yeah, he's up against these younger guys.
I was the youngest, the oldest they've ever had, and that last night their stunt turned out to be mostly about upper body strength. And,
right.
I'm at a demographic where we're trying to hold on to our lower body strength.
Were you afraid you were going to have a heart attack?
I was afraid you were going to have a heart attack.
No, it was tough because we're hanging from a skyscraper, and
it was scary.
And, I did the other people involved. There was Miss USA and Kevin from the Backstreet Boys. They have no body fat. I'm dragging my cheesecake ass up 37 stories there. It was a struggle.
How great would a heart attack have been? What a great exit. Like, Alan Thicke has a heart attack and they cart him off. The first guy to die on Fear Factor.
Yeah. Well, there are lots of things on my resume. I'll avoid that if it's all right.
Alan Thicke dies after Friends.
Alan, why do that? Seriously, isn't it kind of... I would not do it because...
What possessed you?
Isn't it embarrassing to sort of lose on Fear Factor? I mean...
You don't need that.
Yeah, I mean, you got enough money.
You know, I did it because it was, the special celebrity version. They give money to your charity, and frankly, it was a bit of an adventure. You know, usually we have stuntmen doing things like that.
Right.
And it really was more a matter of coordination and upper body. It wasn't so much a matter of fear, that particular stunt. I mean, and you can't scare me. I've seen natural childbirth. I don't.
Yeah, but I mean, girls did better than you on Fear Factor.
I know, you were beaten by girls.
You were beaten by girls.
No, you don't have to rub that part in.
Yeah, but bro, I mean, why put yourself through that? I was watching, I go, Jesus, Alan was just beaten by girls.
All the girls beat you out.
Yeah.
But I thought I was being a pretty good sport. You noticed that I slipped. There was no place to put your feet. I mean, not in your mouth, nothing. It was just holding on.
But a 55-year-old guy should be able to do as well as a young girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would think. But so now I have the empathy factor going for me.
I tell you what, this is going to cut down on your hot chick factor.
Hey.
I mean, I wouldn't... I don't know. Hey, but you know what's going to revive Alan Thicke?
What?
Even if he made a fool out of himself last night on Fear Factor, Alan Thicke is in an upcoming episode of Son of the Beach when we start our new season.
Oh, thank goodness.
And
you will be redeemed.
He's in something called The Gay Tricks, where he...
well, maybe not.
This is great, though, right? The Gay Tricks? Alan, is this not a great episode?
I play the gay Marine captain turned space alien.
Alan, I have one thing to say. What has happened to your career?
Alan plays...
It's gotten good, Robin.
Alan plays Captain Entennial.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
And he discovers something called the Gay Tricks.
Well, I know I saw his episode last season. He was good.
Well, it was, I know I wasn't your first choice. I know that De Niro turned this down, but I jumped on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy show. It's Jim Carrey meets David Hasselhoff, that show. And
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's fun to do.
James, you're on with Alan Thicke.
Hi, Alan. How are you?
Well, I'm okay. Apparently, according to Howard, I'm a little embarrassed this morning because a girl beat me on Fear Factor.
Yeah.
You got a problem with that?
But it wouldn't be embarrassing. It's not as embarrassing as losing Stephen Baldwin. That guy's just a prick.
Well, now you got 150,000 Baldwins on your case now. You better.
I'll tell you what, Stephen.
Your address.
Stephen was entertaining as hell.
Yes, he was. Stephen was entertaining. There was a lot of Baldwin testosterone there.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun.
But can I ask you, since you've talked to him, is he retarded?
Who? Stephen? Yes.
Not a bit. Stephen, he's the runt of that litter, and he's got to fight for everything in that Baldwin group, and he's a fun guy.
Stephen actually, did he pay you the money because he made a side bet?
I haven't seen that 100 yet, so anybody who has his number, get him to call and say, Thicke wants to buy some Enron stock. So, no, I didn't get my 100 yet, but I did get so scared I wet Stephen's pants up there on the top, so I got even.
Gary, you're on the air with Alan Thicke.
What's up, Alan?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Hey, you would have done a lot better if Maggie Sheaver was on the top of that building, right?
There you go. They rigged that show so that you are fairly well protected in terms of the stuntman's harness that is grabbing your crotch if you fall.
Right.
So I think when you get into that mindset and say, wait a minute, these guys do this a lot, and NBC doesn't want us to die here.
I'll tell you why you got a set of balls on you for even attempting that. I could not step out on that window ledge. I don't like heights. Honestly, I'm being serious. I don't like heights. I wouldn't want to have to do that stunt. I think I would have backed out right then and there. Who wants to stand on a ledge? I'd say, you know what? Who cares about charity?
Well,
who can afford to pay that money to the charity?
Yeah, the truth is you really have to, adjust that mindset and look down once and then dismiss it and then say the stunt guys have got me covered. That's the only way I made it through.
Were you shocked? I don't know if you watched the whole show last night, but were you shocked that Stephen Baldwin, I'm not asking for a joke here, Stephen Baldwin did that last water stunt and did not take off his shirt or his hat. What was that? Is he embarrassed of his body?
Well, I can't speak for him because I wasn't around that late in the show,
right.
Is the truth. And maybe it was just cold.
But if you were doing a water stunt, I mean, it's cold in the water.
The water's going to be cold.
Wouldn't you take, I mean, I'm talking about if you had gotten that far, wouldn't you have jumped in the water in a bathing suit? I mean, What is that?
Probably. You would think there would be less resistance, and you'd be faster. But I can't speak for him. I've never seen him naked. I don't know. Do you
think he's gotten heavy?
Problem would have been. No, he's a muscular guy.
Why wouldn't he take off his hat? Do you detect a hair problem? I'm being serious.
I have never detected a hair problem in Stephen Baldwin.
All right.
Then, you're talking about several places I don't go. I don't know. I don't know.
What's going on with your love life? I mean, what happened? You got a divorce, right?
I did, yes, thank you.
How many times have you been divorced?
Oh, he's two.
Just as many times as I've been married.
His Miss... You had a Miss Universe or something.
Yeah.
She was Miss World, technically, yeah.
Oh, Miss World.
What happened? Were you cheating or was she cheating?
No, it was neither of those.
Oh, come on.
Well, what happened?
Remember, if you can't say anything nice, you must be talking about my ex-wife. That's the motto.
Did you have a prenup?
Yeah, we did. We did. So we're doing fine. We have a fabulous little almost 5-year-old, and we concentrate on sharing him in healthy ways.
Do you talk to your ex-wife, or do you just not even talk?
We do. I've learned to email.
I see.
It takes
the edge off.
How do you deal with a 5-year-old?
Well, I mean,
especially when you're dating.
You surround them with love and security and
a good housekeeper.
I'm pretty hands-on.
But do you live right next door? I mean, my goodness.
No, you're thinking of Melissa Etheridge.
Right, yeah, what's up?
You know what I read about Alan? Alan was dating Christy Swanson.
Who is that again?
She was the original Buffy in the movie.
Oh, my God, she's hot.
And she dumped him for Lance from NSYNC.
Really?
That's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that, Alan. You're a good guy. I'm sorry.
Well, but there was about 10 years in between.
Right.
It was like an instant dump. We both had a life in between there. But yeah, I think that
Spade dated her too.
Did you see any fur burgerage?
What was that?
I said, did you see Christy Swanson's fur burgerage?
See, I'm a guy from a family sitcom. I don't even know those references.
You know what fur burgerage is. Did you have any English muffin?
You don't date Miss World and not know what fur burgerage is.
Yeah, you've seen plenty of fur burgerage.
English muffin.
Did you have any untrimmed English muffin?
Oh, my God. I've read the Kama Sutra, but I've never seen the
No, but I mean, you were in a loving relationship with Christy Swanson, huh?
That was some time ago.
Look at you.
Give us the skinfo.
Yeah, give us some skinfo on that.
Beautiful and talented. As beautiful inside as she was outside.
Don't kid us.
I saw the x-rays. She's got a kidney to die for, spleen for days.
Admit you're the king of bukkake.
Anal?
Kevin, you're on with Alan Thicke, who was on. What are you promoting, by the way?
Well, I'm coming to New York to play in a charity hockey game for the Fire, Police, and Port Authority charities. Their teams are participating in a couple of weeks with celebrities and alumni from the Rangers, Islanders, and Devils.
All right, Kevin, go ahead. You're on with Alan Thicke.
Yeah, Mr. Thicke, I just wanted to comment and tell you were the only one with any character last night on that show.
Oh, what a sport. Thank you.
Why do you say that?
Well, let me tell you what. You got half the nation living under the name of Baldwin. I give him credit for having to scrap it out, and you're right, he is the run of the family.
It does take guts to go on Fear Factor, and you got to admire anyone who would do that.
Absolutely.
Glenn, you're on the air.
Alan Thicke, pleasure to speak to you, sir.
Thank you.
Let me tell you something. I was surprised to see you get out that early. You were in way better shape than Stephen Baldwin. He is disgustingly disfigured.
That's a pretty stern review.
The guy won. You got to hand it to Stephen Baldwin. Come on. Bill, you're on the air.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Howard, always great show. Artie rules. Alan, I just want a great job last night. I was just wondering, how hot in person is Allie Landry?
Terrific. First of all, she's a great athlete. Did
you see any fur burgerage on her?
Any nip slip?
Did she have a nip slip at one point?
Yes.
She was very competitive. She's beautiful. She's in great shape.
You know, Alan, she was a Miss USA. You might want to date her.
Yeah. She has a bad face.
She was, yes.
Come on, Thicke.
I know. When I hosted Miss USA, there were fewer states.
Can I ask you something? Were you insulted when you see a girl who auditioned for a Doritos commercial gets to be on Celebrity Fear Factor? I mean, you've done sitcoms and stuff and had your own talk show. Don't you think that it's debatable whether she's a celebrity?
No. I mean, there you have a caller already. She's hosted shows. She's done commercials. She has a fan base.
I think her head is big, like Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yeah, she should be famous for that, though.
No, those are. I never associate those two.
All right. So you have no clue why Stephen Baldwin wore his shirt, and you have no idea why he wore his hat in the water.
That's the mystery of the morning.
Daryl, you're on finally with Alan Thicke. Your dream come true. Daryl?
Hello, yeah.
Help us out.
How you doing? Who's this, Alan?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Hey, Alan, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Just you're host of some delightful little shows.
Oh, man. See how people got to bum you out?
They're horrible.
So, Alan, who are you with now? What kind of chicks you dating?
Well, I'm still with the same young lady that we talked about sometime on your show, the Bolivian model. From, yes, that's how we identified her last time. Name is Tanya, and quite delightful, and we're having a good time.
You didn't let her watch Fear Factor, did you?
She did see it, yeah.
Uh-oh.
That ain't good when you're sitting there with your chick and you bomb out and get beaten by girls.
Yeah, but still you're on TV.
We didn't use the expression bomb out. It was, unfortunate that you slipped there, sweetie, and
in Hollywood,
ended up hanging by your crotch off a building.
In Hollywood, as long as you're on TV, chicks don't care.
There you go.
Bolivian model sees you on TV, that's worth a good bang right there.
Yeah.
You're banging her before you get thrown off the episode.
Well, we have bonded.
Well, Alan, let me congratulate you on at least having the balls to go do that. And let me congratulate you.
Let me ask him one final question.
Yeah, sure.
Does he ever hear from Kirk Cameron?
Yes, yeah.
Isn't that the kid who found Jesus?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Kirk and Chelsea had a baby this year, which brings them to about 5, I think. And
would they name it Jesus?
That, but we're in touch once in a while.
He found Jesus and a bartending job.
From Alan can't talk about it because he's like a good guy, but I understand Kirk Cameron went berserk at the end. It was a pain in the ass to work with.
He's a real problem on the set of that TV show.
Because he started arguing with the producers about where are the Jesus references, and I don't want to date.
Yeah, certain episodes, if they trailed off and he was in the room with a girl, he said, you can't do that. People are over having sex.
Yeah.
We were going to replace him with Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah. Does Kirk ever call you about Jesus and ask you if you found Jesus?
No, we don't go there. We have our own opinions on those universes, and
because you're a Satan worshiper, right?
He likes to talk about Bolivian tail.
Well, let me tell you something. The last episode of that show, they should have taken Kirk and put him on a cross, just like Jesus, and nailed him up. Then he would have been happy.
He's a fine young man.
Nah.
I mean, of all the things that happen to child sitcom stars,
right?
Finding Jesus is a good way to go.
Yeah, because that other kid on your show, she was anorexic.
That whole show blew up at the end. Kirk Cameron started to become like a Jesus freak.
Uh-huh.
Then Tracy Gold she became anorexic. Yeah. At one point, she tried to eat Alan Thicke and throw him up. Right. That was a great episode.
That's soon to be on Fear Factor.
Yeah.
I'm going to be lunch.
And so there was a lot of problems on there. Yeah. But Alan, listen, he knew a good thing. He stuck with it. He was smart.
He didn't complain. He just suffered through it all.
What about the young kid on that show? Didn't something happen with him or something?
I think he's okay.
Yeah, went back to school.
Yeah. Oh, he hasn't become gay yet or something?
So he can have a real life.
Well, let me tell you something, Alan Thicke.
One made it out all right.
One made it out all right, you, because you're now on Son of the Beach. You're one of the guys who succeeded after that show.
Yes.
It gave me a good life.
It sure did.
There have been a lot of times that people have counted out in his career.
Second episode of Son of the Beach. Can't beat that. It's working with Tim Stack.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, Alan, I guess we're plugging. I don't know what we're plugging.
Well, just New York, the charity hockey tournament, March 22nd, 23rd.
All right.
Well, how can people find out about that?
It's called Heroes in Uniforms. It takes place at Chelsea Piers. And you can call there. It's a lot of people will be there at either the gala or the games, and they'll have all the details.
By the way, Alan Thicke was one of the few people who thought Dave Letterman was going to ABC, so he got fooled by that. All right, hey, Alan, thanks.
Hey, good to talk to you all.
Later.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye. Alan Thicke, I didn't know he played hockey. I hope he plays hockey better than he does Fear Factor.
No, he's always been into hockey because those boys.
Canadian guy.
Yeah.
Thicke, yeah, so he's big into that.
All right.
Good shape. Good shape for an older guy.
Yeah.
Shame they didn't use hockey in Fear Factor.
The guy gets a lot of tail.
He does, doesn't he? He's like legendary for that.
Beauty pageant tail.
Right.
He loves that.
He actually hangs around beauty pageants. Waits for chicks.
He's one of those guys. There's no reason for it. He just gets a lot of tail.
Tomorrow, William Shatner will be here. He's going to play Butt Billionaire. What it's going to be is... He's not offering his butt. Don't think it's gotten that crazy.
There's no revelation here about the captain.
I offer my butt.
William Shatner is going to come in here. He's going to answer a series of questions. If he answers them correctly, one of our listeners will get Tabitha Stevens' butt.
Can I just say that's the best prize ever in broadcast? I mean, who's ever given out a prize that good?
Like anal, yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
She's a piece of ass.
She is.
I mean, that is really great.
You know, if anything I'm proud of is that I can give my audience unusual prizes.
That is really something else.
Well, that's reaching deep into the prize closet.
Right. That's when you get no prizes from your radio station. You got to come up with your own.
How dare you not get nominated for radio awards?
Check out Tabitha Stevens on the internet. You'll see she's a hot chick.
I mean, she is.
That's a nice prize.
Big chompers, but, you know, who cares?
And you know what's nice about that prize? It's not taxable. It's not like when
That's right. Nobody gets half of that.
A lot of people used to go on Let's Make a Deal. They'd win a car. They'd have to give it back because they couldn't pay the taxes on it.
Or sell it right away, yeah.
With ass, it's free.
All yours.
And Tabitha Stevens' ass in the equivalent of money would be a high tax bracket.
That's right.
You're saving 40%.
So we'll see that tomorrow, as well as Barry Williams, who's going to come in and talk about his celebrity boxing match.
Can't wait, because this could be his last interview.
Yeah. We'll be back right after these words. The infamous Jamie Presley appearance where she says I was slapped a yarmulke tonight on E.
Wow.
And plus highlights from our interview with Ananda Lewis tonight on E. A whole bunch of other things. Always check out the E! Show. It's very important that you check that out. It's really the most important show on television, although no one admits it. You know it. I know it. We all know it. You know, it's funny. I forget all of the musical moments we had on the show where I tried to have a hit record. And I was just listening to that song Skunk that I wrote.
Skunk is the name of it?
I wrote the chorus, and Fred and John sang it. I only wrote the chorus part, right? Was that the way it went down?
I came up with a chord pattern for the second part, and John came up with a bunch of words.
My chorus was amazing.
That's a loser song?
Well, yeah.
It's a loser song.
Right.
It lost. No one bought it. But it never caught on with the public. But I was thinking if I sent it off to those producer guys, maybe they could
do something with it.
See what they could do.
Let me hear it. I don't know if anybody else remembers it.
This is still, Jesus Christ! I
Must be on the longest cart ever.
It's on the longest tape ever. For Christ's sake! I wish I could recue this.
There's that one. I was just thinking. There's a bunch. I know. Once you have Fred write a song.
What if I sent them that? We did other songs. What about if I sent them?
Yeah, there's some songs actually where you sing.
Yeah.
How about the old song when you're the other little kid song?
Mary.
It's before I matured as an artist.
Oh, boy.
That's when I was in my Kids on the Block stage.
I can't believe this is you.
I know, isn't that weird? I wrote this song in 6th grade. Silver nickels, golden dimes. I had breasts back then.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds a little bit like the Violent Femmes. You ever hear the Violent Femmes?
They ripped me off.
It does.
Of course.
It sounds exactly like them.
They heard him in his garage.
Really?
You know how many times I rehearsed this with my band? We were convinced we were going to be famous.
I'm telling you, if you get that Violent Femmes song, have that song go, Big Hands, I know you're the one.
You think?
That's exactly it, man.
They ripped me off. I wrote this. What year was it when I was in 6th grade, Artie? Do the math.
You would have been, like, 12, so you're talking about 1966?
That's it. 1966, a young Howard Stern came up with a sound that revolutionized.
And when did the Violent Femmes come out to rip
like
him off?
10, 12 years later, I'm telling you.
I hung up my singing microphone for my talking microphone.
Big Hands, I know you're the one.
Maybe they can do something with silver nickels and golden dimes.
That's got a good catch to it.
It's a killer song.
Well, send that over.
Mary. I love that.
Mary, Virgin Mary. Silver nickels, golden dimes, how women and men are tempted by evil money. This is about temptation, ladies and gentlemen. I'm good. All right, turn that crap off.
I'm digging it.
Well, you be quiet.
What about that other one?
Yeah.
Remember the one we
Psychedelic
did with No. A little older. Dee Snider recorded you?
What was that?
A little older.
That was a bad one.
What is that? Where is that? I'd like to hear that.
I wouldn't.
Maybe that's the one you should submit.
Or how about by singing with Blue Oyster Cult?
Don't fear the reaper.
I wish I could sing. Oh, that's Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah.
That's me. They told me it was going to be a hit. I was smelling royalties.
That wasn't royalties.
Listen to this part. Wow. Poor asswife. They told me it was going to be... They brought me into Cove Studios in Glen Cove to record that very exciting bit of history.
This is it.
All hail the revolution. And they go, perfect.
What was it, one take?
Yeah, that was my dark stage, Robin. All hail the revolution.
The revolution. The revolution.
All hail the revolution.
I am Iron Man.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. Do you want to hear a song? Our music director just came in and he said, I can't believe it because he never heard your grammar school band before.
Yeah.
And there's a new band out, and he thinks that it sounds exactly like that. He thinks that you guys actually might have influenced this band.
Let me hear.
It is pretty funny, Howard.
All right. Well, here's the one Artie was talking about. That one? Blister in the Sun?
It sounds a little bit, yeah, that's it.
How did
Blister in the Sun.
Those guys are ripping me off. Get out of here, Artie. You're on
It
hit.
sounds like
nuts, Artie.
It sounds like exactly the same.
Exactly.
Except they're good.
And Howard sucked.
Well, it's more studio they got. Yeah, they got more production there.
Psychedelic B.
Who played guitar?
Robert Carger.
We have oven mitts on.
Hey, he was in 6th grade. Keyboards, Howard Stern, and singing at the same time.
Is that hard to do?
Sure. You can't do it. Exactly.
Either one is hard, so together.
Right. Either one is hard. If you put them together, it's really hard. You can see right here it's hard.
My favorite part's coming up.
Which part?
You want.
Okay. I'll give you that. I'm being a good sport. Wall of sound. Listen to that. Yeah, I got to get back in the studio.
Oh, my goodness. You know, it's sort of like if you tried to sing that now, you'd hurt yourself.
And you'll want. And
you'll walk.
Where's some of my other songs, Fred? Like,
You never found that?
Dirty and sweet.
Oh, this is it.
Black,
Okay.
don't look back and I love you.
That's good.
This is the Losers, right?
Yeah, it sure is. You can't mess with this.
I'm telling you, I would watch the Magic Hour just to hear what you guys would say about it the next day. It was
Right.
a couple thing. You should have had a piece of that show.
It was great.
Farter.
You know what?
It was great material.
We went about 2 weeks straight where you would say, no, I'm not going to do it today. And then you play a little bit of it. We'd end up playing the whole show every day
Right.
for 2 weeks.
I know. Well, I thought maybe the audience was getting bored with me talking about Magic Johnson, and then Gary would play a little bit of it, and then I'd go.
All we'd have to do is play the intro. Are you ready for magic?
Yeah, and then I'd get crazy, and I couldn't stop talking about it.
How do you get ready for magic?
It never got any better.
We're never ready for magic. The show didn't get better.
Not even a little bit.
Magic is not ready for
It was
magic.
consistently bad.
I was living in L.A. at that time, and there were billboards all over L.A. with a big smile on Magic's face and said 60 smiles per hour.
Oh,
Magic Hour.
Oh.
It was so great.
I wonder who dreamt up that line.
60 smiles per hour. Magic Johnson.
All right, so we're in agreement. We're going to send those guys Bang a Gong.
Yeah.
Let them turn it into a hit song. Right?
That would be cool.
Absolutely.
But the thing, I don't know how they're going to separate your voice from all of us.
Yeah, they take the song, they take like any other song, and they're going to...
Take the song, they put hip-hop beats
they're going
to
to
it.
put a beat to it.
This is why you never had a hit record. You don't know how.
Don't forget to watch E! tonight, the infamous Jamie Presley appearance where she says, I was slapped a yarmulke. You'll see the look on my face as I'm stunned as a woman tells me what she thinks of my looks.
And she looks at you and says, why? What did I say?
Well, she was slapped a duck face, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
How's that
Something wrong
sound?
with that?
You shicks a duck face.
Yeah, shik's a girl.
I didn't mean anything.
Yeah, I didn't know. Is that anti-Semitic?
No.
What are
you, crazy?
A joke. We joke like that all the time.
Yeah, we joke back in my hometown of
all the
Auschwitz.
pretty people joke.
Back in Auschwitz, we always say, slap the yarmulke.
Didn't you say, I have a Jewish aunt? Like her fourth aunt married a Jewish person or something.
My marriage. But she's not with us anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not a tuna.
You want me to read the Jason Williams story, or you want to?
Yes, I thought you were going to do.
All right. Ex-Net Jason and 2 pals charged in fake suicide. So now the cops have to bring Jason Williams back in because in light of the Sports Illustrated article, they're going to charge him with more stuff. New Jersey authorities yesterday put a full-court press on ex-Net Jason Williams, accusing him of trying to cover up his role in last month's shooting death of a limo driver. This guy had it too good. He had tons of money, nothing to do all day.
Yeah, I mean, really good pay for sitting around.
Williams, 34, was charged with wiping his fingerprints off his shotgun and trying to replace them with those of slain chauffeur Costas Gus Christofi in a bid to make the February 14th shooting look like a suicide. 2 of Williams' basketball workout buddies, not the Harlem Globetrotters, even though that's a funnier story.
Absolutely.
Where were they at this time?
Come here, gentlemen, we got a problem.
I remember they were in the study.
Yeah, studying. The Harlem Globetrotters were in the study.
They were in the study in a circle, passing books around.
Yeah.
Putting, like, War and Peace through their legs.
There you go.
They were throwing the gun around, and then it accidentally went off, hitting Chris Gus Christofi.
I thought there was confetti in that gun.
2 of Williams' basketball workout buddies were charged with conspiring to, with the cover-up. Probably good bet, too, because the guy's got about $100 million. You'd have to pay him off in some way.
Well, where else are they going to have this good a time?
Williams, 34, surrendered to authorities yesterday afternoon, was freed on $20,000 bail. He put up $500,000 2 weeks ago when he was charged with reckless manslaughter. I guess if they give you new charges, you got to come up with more money.
Right, but these are less serious than the previous charges, so it's only $20,000.
His accused co-conspirators, Kent Carloco, 29, of Mawa, and John Gordnick, 44, of Rochelle Park, I guess some dudes he met in Jersey, were released on $20,000 bail. According to police, Williams began to engage in conduct designed to cover up his crime immediately after the shooting. After trying to remove his fingerprints from the shotgun, which he had used to kill Christofi, he positioned the weapon next to the victim's body to bolster his bogus suicide story. Then he removed his bloody clothes and instructed his co-conspirators to dump them. Next, he instructed the 7 adult eyewitnesses to the shooting to tell detectives they were in another part of the mansion when the fatal gunplay took place in the master bedroom. That's why I guess the Harlem Globetrotters were in the study.
Right.
It was their impression that Williams was instructing them to cover up the shooting. Oh, I see. So the Harlem Globetrotters had to pretend they were in the study. Who's going to believe that? Yes,
Where is the study, Harlem Globetrotters?
You know he got some original William Shakespeare.
Yeah. We were looking at his collection of rare books.
Yeah. We was trying to revive Mr. Christofi with this here book.
I was trying to give him mouth-to-mouth with a first edition Dickens.
Why, these books are so rare.
Tale of Two Cities.
They can't be found.
What we like to do is do some prior studying.
Right.
To be or not to be, that was the story we was reading. Never got any further when the gun went off.
It was the best of times, it was the worst. What the hell was that?
Yeah, Curly was reading aloud.
Okay.
And Meadowlark was doing a recitation.
Caluco aided in the cover-up bid by helping Williams try to change the prints on the gun, and by directing eyewitnesses to lie about their whereabouts during the shooting. Hey, why not? O.J., did his thing.
I was going to say, did they learn from O.J.?
Everybody learned from O.J. Gordnick allegedly helped by surreptitiously removing Williams' clothes from the crime scene. 2 weeks later, his lawyer turned them over to authorities. Williams, Caluco, and Gordnick were all charged with hindering apprehension evidence, tampering, and conspiracy to obstruct justice.
But this lawyer they have is worth every penny because he still claims that once all the facts come out, Williams will be exonerated.
Yeah, you see, I wouldn't be a good lawyer. I'd be like, once all the facts come out, my client's dead. Yeah, well.
I'd be out there saying, I'm trying to work out a deal right now.
Hey, man, you're supposed to be my lawyer. Why you say I'm going to be dead? Dude, you might as well said you were in Alaska during the shooting. Yeah. I can't get you off.
I figure Mr. Williams will be doing 10 to 20.
Yeah, I'd be like, dude, I don't know what you expect me to do here.
We're looking to avoid the facts at all costs.
Yeah, I mean, you're screwed.
Good move, Jason.
If convicted of all charges, they all face jail terms of more than 12 years. I just get up on the stand and say, look, I'm hanging around with a rich guy. I'm pretty much going to do what he says and maybe give me some money. I didn't know what I was doing. The 3 refused to comment on the charges yesterday, but Caluco's father told the Post he'll always regret not accepting an invitation to be with his son in Williams that fatal night. If I was there, I don't think this would have happened. They
would have gotten away with covering up everything.
Yeah, we would have been much smarter about it.
Yeah. We could have buried the body quicker.
No. Well, he's saying if he was there, he would have stopped everything. And
I guess. How much there would have been no gunplay, maybe.
How much time is Jason Williams looking at? It's got to be like...
They said, I thought it was like 10 years, wasn't it?
More than that, no? With all these charges?
It's only manslaughter. Come on.
Hey, it was an accident.
Obstruction of justice.
Hey, Nick, you're on the air. Nick? No, Nick? Oh, wait, I know why it's not working. Hey, Nick, you're on the air.
I'm here, man.
Hey, man.
Howard.
Yes, sir.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is that
Wait,
you,
see
Robin?
if you can hear me.
Hey, I can hear you. Oh, great. Hey,
We
guys.
can't hear you.
Let's test out the
I'm surprised
equipment
you
now.
can hear me. I'm calling from New Mexico, and I'm in radio out here also, Howard, such as it is, and also in Dallas, Texas. I kind of commute back and forth. But at any rate, I had to string about a 250-foot wire antenna to get you guys, and it's just great hearing you. There's nothing out here, as you can well imagine.
You mean you strung a 200-foot antenna in New Mexico, and you can pick us up from where?
Coming from Dallas. I get the feed coming out of Dallas.
Really?
Yeah. And,
radio guys are always trying to pick up something.
As far away as they can.
I'm not a good radio guy. I don't have any kind of weird antenna in my house.
I know certain people who always took a transistor radio with them in the airplane.
Yeah.
See what they could tune in from the sky.
Yeah, man, we want to hear some local radio.
Man, there is no local radio to hold anybody's interest unless you just have the IQ of a parrot.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to listen to some good radio such as Howard, you got to get an antenna, and I had to get out and get on top of the mountain and string it down to my house. But now I get you pretty good. And here's what I wanted to ask you about.
Sure,
Howard.
go ahead.
I know you're involved in a lot of film and that sort of thing.
Thank you.
Where can I send headshots and stuff just to let you know I'm alive, or to your casting person or something like that?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because we accept headshots. Damn. Up-and-comers like yourself.
We want the head.
Can you mail us your actual head?
You can mail us a drawing of yourself. That'll be fine.
You want to mail me your headshot? What am I going to do with that?
I don't know. I didn't know when you get ready to cast something, I didn't know if you actually had a hand or whether you let somebody else do it.
Yes, I do. I only have one hand, but I do have a hand in it, and I don't
have one thumb.
I don't think anybody actually looks at headshots and says, I got to have that guy. I think you got to have like an agent.
You have to be pretty extraordinary.
And you got to have someone send you in on an audition. You know what I mean, man?
Yeah, I dig it.
All right.
Would it help me at all if I sent you just some stuff so it'd be there?
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, he would pay attention if you sent your head.
Yeah.
All right. I'll send a head. It'll be in a box. It'll be coming from New Mexico. I hope you guys take care of it.
Send me all your stuff.
Shoot your head and then send it to us.
Send me your head.
Shot. We'd like you to shoot your head.
And then send it to us.
Yeah.
Send it to me so I can hire you immediately.
You got an 8x10 there, pal?
Send me that headshot now, immediately. If you can overnight it, FedEx it. Because I need someone right now. Gary, we need that head. I know it. I'll get his head and I'll have a head transplant.
Staple a resume to your head.
I hope he's good looking, so I'll look handsome. Shirley, go ahead, and then I got to do the rest of the news. Shirley, go ahead.
Morning, Howard.
Hey, man.
How you guys doing? I have to congratulate you. The e-scrolls have been changed on your show. They are no longer morphing your screen anymore.
Good.
I thought that was the case.
But
What?
it's now a giant red line that comes across the bottom. And right before it comes across, there's like this little twinkle thing in the corner, just to make sure that your eyes are distracted.
So you don't miss it.
And one other thing about E is I have a thing of the 5 dirty words according to the E! Show. Now, these are words that have all gone out over your air.
Right.
And they bleep on their show. You want to hear what they are?
Yeah.
Number 1 is fag. Number 2 is homo.
Oh, yeah, I know why. I know when that started happening. I have a good, well, I don't want to out anyone, but go ahead, yeah.
Number 2 is homo. Number 3, lesbo.
Yeah.
Queer.
Yeah.
Oh, all this stuff is going out?
See a pattern?
See a pattern here, Robin?
And here's something way against the grain. Zoo. The word zoo was bleeped on your show one night.
Why?
I tell you, it was an interview that Gary Garver did with Gary Busey. And Gary Busey said, tell Howard to go to a petting zoo and put salt on his ass.
And they bleeped out zoo?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe they thought it was Jew.
Maybe PETA demanded it.
Maybe PETA did. And one other thing, you know how I come up with games all the time? I have an idea for a game. I don't know if you like it, but it's Quote of the Week, and take the dumbest quote from somebody from your show from the past week. For example, Robin won 2 weeks ago.
What was her quote?
Well, when you were talking to the retarded girl with Adam Carolla,
yeah,
she asked the retarded girl, quote, "Do you understand our show?"
That was funny.
Yeah. And I have 2 quick Hall of Fame quotes, which are both from Gary, which is, you asked him what he calls a rare cartoon cell.
Yeah.
A 1 of 1.
Thank you, Shuli.
Hey, thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
1 of 1. What else is in the news, Robin?
That is a 1 of 1. Okay. Yesterday was the anniversary of September 11th, the 6th-month anniversary, and there were some ceremonies around town. And they also unveiled the 2 beams of light. Did you see them last night?
No. Can you see them?
I saw them from my apartment.
Yeah. They're only blasting those lights from 6 p.m. to 11, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't know, Howard.
Oh, do they say why? Is it to save power, or why not have it every night?
I don't know if it has something to do with airplanes or anything, but that's what the times are, 6 to 11, and they'll be running. They will keep them going until sometime in mid to late April. But those are the 2 lights to show us where the towers were and to remind us of September 11th and the attack on America. Meanwhile, our vice president was over in London starting a 12-country tour to drum up support for continuing the war on terrorism.
Why do we need anybody's support? Why don't we just do it?
Well, we need a coalition.
Yeah.
In fact, yesterday when the president was marking the day yesterday and commemorating the attack on the Pentagon, where 189 people were killed, he said, "God bless the coalition, not God bless the country." So this coalition is a big deal.
Wow.
And the Prime Minister of Britain, of course, he's one of the greatest members of that coalition. So yesterday he pledged his continued support to the effort against terrorism. Here he is, C3.
C3. Tony Blair is his name.
No decisions have been taken on how we deal with this threat.
I love this guy.
But
he might sound like a flaming fruit, but I'll tell you what.
He's got
and
balls.
The weapons of mass destruction that he has acquired.
He's a good man.
Is not in doubt.
He sticks by the United States.
That's right. In fact, he said the reason they are against terrorism is because it's in the best interest of his country as well as the United States. He understands that.
I know when we play clips, I never actually understand what he's saying, but I know it's good.
It's in our favor.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we now go into Iraq? And yesterday it was announced that the United States is requesting that Great Britain commit 25,000 troops to that effort. And we'll have to see.
We have to do it. We have to do it.
The Prime Minister was not specific in defining his continued support regarding Iraq. The Vice President will be trying to shore up that support in the Middle East as well for an attack on Baghdad. Some are saying that would be a great mistake. But that's their opinion. If you were out one night, Howard, and you had a 6-year-old in the car with you...
I'd probably keep her hidden from police.
No. Hidden from police. You're not out that late.
Go ahead.
You just, you're home from school or whatever, and you picked up the kid.
Go ahead.
Would you park the car because the kid, and you find the kid sleeping right in the back seat, and you say, I got to run into this store. What do you do?
Never.
What do you do?
You wake the kid up and you take the kid into the store with you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I'm Father of the Year. Look at me.
This woman parked her car in front of a store in Chicago, left the car running so her sleeping daughter could stay warm. And when she came out, what happened? The car was gone.
When my kids used to fall asleep when they were really young, and if I really had to go in the store, I'd lock them in the trunk in a plastic bag.
Well, you're a good father.
So they wouldn't get wet.
I'm so sick of stories like this. Luckily, this 6-year-old girl has been found. She was sleeping in her mother's car when the vehicle was stolen early this morning. The car apparently abandoned in the 1200 block of West 75th Street in Chicago. Police will make an announcement about this all later today. So the little girl has been found, but... just take the kid with you.
One time, Father I Eat Ass was taking my kids, and It was 100-degree heat. I remember he locked him in the trunk for an hour.
Thanks be to Jesus. I've locked your child in the trunk.
All right, just to keep people up on the latest Letterman news, Letterman is staying at CBS. The woman who was using the disappearing ink to steal money from her company, she is going to do some jail time.
Yeah.
Good.
I think that's one of the best. She worked for Bear Stearns. She was only working there about 8 months and got this idea about the disappearing ink. Her boss would write out checks for her to send to people, and once he wrote them out, she'd take them, the ink would disappear, and she'd write them to cash for herself and go off and cash them. She was very good with the money. She bought her husband a pizza parlor and took the whole family on vacation,
well,
I
guess.
Nice. So it wasn't like she was frivolous with the money. But anyway, she was convicted of using the disappearing ink, and she will get some jail time. Rosie O'Donnell is coming out of the closet.
She also has X-ray specs, that woman. Yeah. With she got it from the back of a comic book. Rosie O'Donnell's coming out of the closet Thursday night. And a lot of gay people having coming out of the closet parties where you get to watch Rosie on TV and have friends over. And
the closet's a lot less crowded.
Just have a really good time.
They determined that Rosie was taking up most of the room in the closet.
Yeah. Ooh, it's stuffy in here.
So anyway, everybody's been waiting. It's finally going to happen. Rosie's coming out.
Let's take a break. We'll be back right after these words to wrap up.
Oh, Will Smith. He is nominated for an Academy Award, and I guess everybody wants to talk to him right now.
Not me.
Can't get enough of him.
He is on Revealed with Jules Asner tomorrow night.
Oh, Jules Asner.
And so, of course, she will get to the bottom of everything.
Yeah, because she has such controversial questions.
Yeah.
Here's Will talking about choosing rap music over going to MIT.
I was genius. I was a math genius.
He chose rap music over MIT because he's a math genius.
He's a genius.
Is that what he just said?
Yeah, he just said. Wait, you got to hear it again.
What?
No, I was genius. I was a math genius. And my mother was ready to headbutt me when I said that I wanted to follow a career in rap music.
I'm a genius.
You'll hear things like that on
Mike Tyson said he was a genius, too.
I'm a genius.
I'm a genius. I could have been a brain surgeon.
My mother wanted to put my head when I said I'm going to be a boxer.
A2 is Will on Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh. I thought he was going to do some math next.
Yeah.
Watch this. 4 times 6, 24. Good night.
Good Will Smith. Math genius.
She said she always thought I was corny, you know. And she wasn't attracted to me. Now all my babies hanging all over her.
Damn.
You know how women say, I never really felt him. He wasn't. She was all over me from day one.
He sounds like a math genius.
He's a genius who don't know grammar.
Right. He sounds like a real math genius.
Man, I'd be so dang smart.
Oh,
I was a math genius, not a grammar genius.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of him.
The Benjamins is in theaters right now, starring Ice Cube.
Yeah.
And he was asked what he thinks of all the Academy Award nominations earned by African Americans this year.
I think it's terrific.
I'm happy, but I'm not in this for that. I'm not in this.
I'm in for the Benjamins
award. I'm in this to make great movies.
He's not in it for awards? I don't think he has anything to worry about.
Did
he expect one?
Friday 10 times. And I love it, and I'm watching, next Friday, whatever. That to me is all the benefit I need to keep doing what I'm doing.
There you go.
He's another math genius.
Thank goodness he's not going to change.
No, he's an English major.
Oh, he was an English genius?
Yeah, he was English genius.
Oh, dang.
Here's Ice Cube talking about how he picks his scripts.
Eeny, meeny, mo method. Talk to me.
Yeah.
I won't do something that if I read it, that I would never watch it. If I read a script and I say, I would never go see this movie. I would never.
Godfather sucks.
I probably won't be in it. But if I read a script and say, this is something that I think I love to see or be a part of.
I love
it. Anaconda, this looks real interesting.
I love to see that.
I got to see that big snake. I want to see that snake eat that white woman.
Ghosts of Mars.
That's
a good one.
That too.
Yeah.
What else?
Renee Russo.
Yeah.
She's the woman between Robert De Niro and Eddie Murphy in the new movie Showtime. See? And here she talks about getting the opportunity to work with De Niro.
I wanted to work with De Niro since Raging Bull. That's the truth. And
me
we
too.
did Rocky and Bullwinkle together, and that was great. But I didn't get to work with him a lot. So at the end of
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
I got brave.
De Niro will do anything now.
I know.
Yeah. I remember when he had integrity.
I'm working with him next.
He said, well, I was thinking the same thing. I don't know if he was or not, but I was.
Renee, he don't want you. You're white.
We looked for a script for a couple years, and we couldn't find one. And then this came along, and
he's only into black chicks, De Niro.
Comedy. I thought, she's cool.
How do you know?
She's pretty good.
I know.
Have you been in his bed?
Yes.
Get a chance to play with
He's a black chick. One of Howard's personalities is a black chick.
My third personality is a black woman, and he picked me up one night.
Right.
And I was rejected.
Oh, my.
Go ahead.
Here's Renee talking about watching Eddie and Robert work their magic together.
It was so great to watch.
They were amazing.
Work because off camera, they're very private and quiet, really.
Yes. And then on camera, they're forced to talk, and they do it. Imagine
amazing.
Two people who don't talk a lot were then talking. And they were on camera, and they talked, and they spoke these words.
Yeah, because that's how you have to make money if you're acting.
Have an opportunity to talk to.
Eddie tells me he wants silent films, so he doesn't have to talk on camera.
Both of them. That was always wonderful. They were always interesting and kind and great. But when they worked, it was very professional.
Yes.
And I think that they
They're
just work in a way
geniuses. Everyone's a genius. Wasn't he a math major?
I think so.
De Niro?
Math genius.
De Niro means money.
Yeah. De Niro.
Here, Renee explains why she thinks comedy is much harder than drama.
It's more of a challenge. I think it's
comedy,
much more difficult.
Yeah.
I said to Eddie when I met him on some of the stuff that he's done, you should have been nominated. I feel that way. I think people just sort of...
Boy, there's an ass kiss. Yeah. Eddie, listen, I just want to say you should have been nominated.
Whoa! What? Just what would you have nominated
Dr.
for?
Doolittle.
And I said, bust out your toes, bitch.
Could you imagine? She walked up to him and said, you know that Nutty Professor thing you did? You should have been nominated.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, bitch.
I just saw Beverly Hills Cop 2.
They don't give comedy enough credit. It's much harder to do.
Yeah. She can't do either.
That is just like,
why don't you just pull Eddie's pants off and lather his ass with your tongue?
I think that's what she was doing.
Wow. Okay, now we talked about Fear Factor earlier today and how much we enjoyed it. Here's Joe Rogan, the host, to explain the thing they don't have celebrities do on the show.
Anal.
We don't make them eat anything. That's it. That's really it. We still have disgusting stunts, but we don't make them eat anything. I don't know why.
I recall the girl last night eating worms.
Yeah, what's he talking about?
I guess because she's on a soap opera, she's not considered a celebrity.
Made that concession. It seems a little weird, because we have them do everything else. We have them do the gross stunts, the height stunts, water stunts.
All right, I had enough Fear Factor.
Right. I didn't know they didn't make them generally eat anything.
And High Pitch Eric, you're a dick.
Yeah, what's with you, man?
We prepared an entire wheel of fish for you, and you never even came in.
Stay in your house.
I would like him never to be able to do the show again.
Oh, that's impossible.
Come on, no, if we say it, he'll come and he'll do anything.
What?
All right, he can't be on the show anymore. William Shatner, we'll see you tomorrow for Butt Billionaire. That's going to be great. Barry Williams, Greg Brady, see you tomorrow to talk about your boxing match. Later this week, Wesley Snipes stops by. Andy Richter. Tom Green, Andy Richter, Yucko the Clown, so much more.
Tom Green?
Tom Green's going to come by and say hi to us. Right. I'm glad.
He's going to eat poo.
Yeah, because he's already pulled his greatest stunt.
Yeah. I'm on his side in the divorce. I'm not a Drew Barrymore person. I'm a Tom Green person. We'll be back tomorrow. Goodbye.